than a century, the clock at the Springfield Armory was a part of everyday life in the city, chiming the hours, keeping people on time. Well, the clock has been broken for many years now, but now Armory Superintendent James Woolsey and Armory Alliance Director Wayne Phaneuf are working to get it back into service, and they stopped by to tell us about that effort.
The clock itself was constructed in 1848. It was installed up on what you call the main armory building in 1850, and so for well over 150 years, that was one of the primary things that somebody would see when they entered the Springfield Armory, or you would hear every half hour on the half hour and the hour. They kept time for the city of Springfield.
It's, as I understand it, a complicated, this is a four-face clock up in a tower, so that's a complicated mechanism. You got four clocks there, really. This is not an easy thing to run.
Frankly, it's an amazing mechanism because the mechanism itself is about this big and it runs the four clock faces. But really, it's more than that because if you'll look, there's three clock faces on the side of the tower. The fourth clock face is on the complete opposite side of the building. So this mechanism actually has line shafts that run out of it. And one of these line shafts is about, 50 feet long that runs this thing. And through the years, there were skilled mechanics that would keep this thing up, but that type of skill base is becoming harder and harder to find. And the mechanism itself was starting to rust over, so there were issues with it.
I want to talk more about the plans, but Wayne Phaneuf, I know I was kidding with you before, but if it's history in Springfield, you're part of it, you're there, you're on the nonprofit organization here to raise funds. I was surprised it's not a huge amount of money, but still, if a government organization can't do it, National Park Service really can't do this, you're looking to the community to come up with
$12,000.
Not a huge amount of money, but enough.
Yeah. And to be able to restore that for that kind of money is and not only does it restore the clock, it also restores the bells.
And I gather the bell was something. People kind of set their own time by in Springfield. You heard it from that hill for pretty good distance.
Oh, absolutely. And in the work that I've been doing on the Civil War 150 years ago, the paper, the Republican, almost daily had complaints about the town hall clock. And they compared it to the clock at the Armory all the time, and because the town hall clock was never working. And and to this day, the town hall clock in Springfield doesn't work. Different town hall, but
you should have mentioned that because now you'll be on that committee, too. But that's another show, another story.
Well, they plan to fix that too, but it's a lot more than $12,000.
I bet. James Woolsey, I was kind of surprised to hear the $12,000 figure. It's a lot of money, but it's not nearly what I thought it might be. But I was surprised too that you were able to find a mechanism, a modern mechanism that can go in place and work. Because I would have figured, time has changed. You're not going to find the workers, the workmanship. Too bad, but that's not the case.
That's not the case. In fact, we did a little bit of research and we kind of found a company that specializes in something like this, and they are ready and willing to do this. So we're ready to go. Once we get the money.
Well,
Wayne, how about that? I know this is just kind of getting started, but your group, the Alliance, you've already done some things. You're restoring, I think, some gardens at the Armory site to make it look more like it was in the day.
Well, we're helping with that. That's his project, but it is a fantastic project, and so many things have been happening at the Armory in the last year and some, and it's getting back to to looking and being the place that it was when it was the crown jewel of Springfield. Also, the Arsenal building was really the biggest building in Springfield for a long time. Yeah, and up on the hill, it really dominated the entire city.
Well, it still does, depending on how you drive into town. And let me ask you, and you both may want to comment on this, but Wayne, this is an amazing place in our community's history. General Henry Knox, President George Washington himself, involved in getting the Armory there to supply armaments for American troops in the earliest days. I think it supplied weapons to American servicemen up to and including early stages of the Vietnam War.
Oh, absolutely.
It's really, but in its day, this was a huge part of the community in every sense of the word.
Oh, yeah. There at one time there was over 10,000 workers at the Armory. During the Civil War, there were 3,000 people who worked there, and it was the #1 payroll. It also led to what we call the Gun Valley, It was really the beginning of precision manufacturing in the United States. It was kind of like our version of the Silicon Valley back 150, 200 years ago.
And really, it's even more than that, because the thing that makes something a national park, it's not just that it has regional significance, it has national significance. And so the Springfield Armory is one of 2 national armories that supplied the U.S. military, but really it wasn't one among another equal. The Springfield Armory was always the most important one. And it outfitted our military from the Revolutionary War, the War of 1812, all the way through the Vietnam War. So really, really important place.
Yeah. And during the Civil War, one of the first things to fall in the Civil War was Harper's Ferry Armory. And so we were the only national armory that was operating at that point.
And I mean, history, there are various stories of Confederate attempts to either blow it up or attack it in some way. I mean, this was a real strategic place.
Well, not only that, but the actual attempt that was made to blow up the armory was to blow up the clock tower. And they played right into our hands, I guess.
Yes,
But the bomb didn't go off. But had it gone off, it would have probably burned that building down.
Talk about what you think it will mean. Because clearly, I mean, Wayne, even before we started taping, said, gee, I remember as a kid hearing that bell, and you knew it was time to do this or that, or get here or get there. What's it going to mean in terms of putting this place in Springfield history into kind of perspective and even modern perspective for folks, having the bell and the clock work?
Since we've been talking about this project the last 3 or 4 months, as soon as we talk about it, it was like, oh, a bell. I remember the bell. And so I think for a lot of people, it will bring back that kind of memory. But then for young people who've never heard it, this will be a chance for them to really experience this part of their history that they haven't even heard or seen before.
Let me ask you to, James Woolsey, you came to Springfield Historic Site from such an interesting situation. Correct me if I'm wrong, you were assigned in Europe where you were overseeing, I believe, military cemeteries, parks. Very different assignment, and yet I'm sure there's a certain romance to being at a place like Springfield Armory National Historic Site.
One of the joys of working for the Park Service is to work at all these fantastic places. And I've lived and worked in amazing places, and they've all been different, and Springfield has been fantastic. And this has been the first chance that I've had to lead a park, and so that's been a lot of fun. And frankly, I think this is a place that has so much potential that really we've been able to get a lot done, and a lot of it's because the park is really being embraced by the community through things like the Springfield Armory Alliance. So a lot is happening there right now. Wayne
Phaneuf, bring us home. Why do we want to have this clock back?
Because it brings back a point in time that we've lost, and we can gain this back at very little cost when you come right down to it. Especially, if we had 6,000 people that gave $2, we'd be home free.
It's a great way to look at it. James Woolsey, Superintendent of the Springfield Armory National Historic Site. Wayne Phaneuf, Board of Directors, Executive Editor of the Republican. Thanks both for being with us, gentlemen.
Thanks for having us.